Hello fellow mystics, thank you so much for stopping by to my channel, Diaries of a Lunar Soul. So in this reading, we're going to look at messages from your soul. This is what your soul wants you to know right now and the actions you need to take this week to feel more grounded. And to make sure that whatever message that comes through is what you really need to hear, I've done a quick energy reading, and in that energy check, I ask Spirit to describe your personality. And if I've correctly described you in that energy check, then it means the messages in the main reading are for you. But if the messages in that energy check don't resonate with you, then it just means I'm not tuning into your frequency at the moment. And maybe when you come back at a later date, the messages will resonate. But please don't force yourself to listen to something that you don't think is referring to you, because sometimes that can be a negative trigger and may make you feel hopeless or even angry angry at me if the messages coming through are not resonating with you. And we don't want that. I don't want you getting angry at me, so don't force the messages to click. Just listen to that energy check mini reading, which will come after this main intro, and determine if this reading is for you. If it's not, please walk away as fast as you can. But if I've described you, then by all means stick around, put on your headphones and listen to me. With that said, let's now dive into the main reading, and the timestamps for each section, this is the energy reading and the main reading, are in the description box below. But please remember to first start with the energy reading first, okay? Just so that you don't waste your time watching the whole video then realize, oh crap, this wasn't even meant for me. Okay, cool. So see you over in the main reading or the energy check. Okay, so let's now do a quick energy check and ask Spirit what the personality traits of the person who this message is meant for are. Sort of like we're asking Spirit to describe you, and if the description I give here is accurate and sounds familiar and sounds like, yep, that's me, then the messages in the main reading are for you. But if the description here is not something you're familiar with, or you're like, that's not me, then it means the messages here are not for you, okay? And in that case, you can check the other videos in this playlist. I'm sure you'll get something there that matches your frequency. But for now, if the messages here don't click, then it just means I'm not resonating with your frequency at this moment. Okay, so let's begin. So Spirit, please give me the strengths of the person this reading is meant for. What are the strengths of the person this reading is meant for? So I'm going to look at strengths and weaknesses. What are the strengths of the person watching this video? Blossoming abundance. Interesting. When I was meditating, that same card came up. And the garden. Okay, my crystals want to run away. Is that something about your personality? Anyway, so this came in reverse. So let's start with the strengths you have. Blossoming abundance. Upright. Let's get tarot for that, just for clarifying. Spirit, please give me clarifiers for that blossoming. Okay, that wants to come up, and that. You got the 8 of Swords and the Empress. Then for the weaknesses, Spirit, please give me clarifiers for the weaknesses. Okay. One more. Okay. The Four of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, and this one's to come up. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You have so many cards in reverse. Okay, so let me just take in the energies. So the person I'm tapping into for this reading, their strengths are they're all about transforming themselves and overcoming their fears and growing. Yeah, blossoming abundance. Anything that blossoms is growing, and I can't help but see that this picture is all about nature, growth. Yeah, so you're someone who's constantly trying to evolve yourself. You're very conscientious, if that makes sense, in everything you do, and you're always trying to transform yourself, be it physically, and that's why the Empress card is here. Yeah, because the Empress is the ultimate divine feminine energy. Yeah, the ultimate nurturer. She likes taking care of nature, herself, the people around her. She likes nice things, and that's why she's probably holding this wand with a crown. Yeah, and she's pregnant, meaning growth. Yeah, and when it's paired here with the Eight of Swords, which usually is a card for fear and unfounded fears, because when she's like this, she feels like she's trapped and she can't go anywhere. But if you look closely, she can easily walk between those swords, right? She's not stuck. She can fly away. Her broom is here, and those ropes that are tying are bounding. Okay, is there something like bounding? There's nothing like that, guys. Anyway, so the ropes that are around her wrists, she can easily cut them with these swords, right? So she's not stuck. So the message coming through here with this paired like this is that you overcome your fears. You're very good at overcoming your fears. You don't let fears get you down for too long. Yes, you get scared, but you always find a way to nurture yourself to a point where you grow, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your fears, and they don't keep you down for too long. So the other message coming here is you're very emotionally balanced. Very emotionally balanced. And that's something that people around you notice. Yep, so that's your strength. You overcome your fears, you find it, and I'm sure this sounds like something which everyone does, but the message I'm getting here from Spirit is, of all the people around you, of all the people you hung around with, you are very good at finding ways to overcome your fears better than people around you. That's like your talent. You don't let fear take you over. Okay, so you're good at that. So even if it's something that everyone else has, you are like a top notch, a level above everyone else around you. Very good at overcoming your fears. Okay, so then, but for your weaknesses, and it's interesting, you have a lot of garden here. So some of you might love nature. You really love nature. You like taking walks in nature. You love birds. Yeah, because there's a bird cage here, and then there's also a bird here, and flowers. So you love taking walks in nature, or you're into something about nature. Maybe you're you do horticulture, or you do farming, planting, you have a garden. Anyway, so back to this. So this came in reverse, the garden and the gate. So what am I getting here? It's interesting. I've just said that you're very good at transforming yourself and overcoming your fears, and I can see the butterflies in this card, and butterflies signify transformation. But it came in reverse, meaning sometimes Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords. Yes, I got it, because with this Wheel of Fortune here, see, butterflies, there's like a process of how butterflies transform, right? It's in stages, and I'm guessing that's why they're like 2, 1, and then 2, like there's stages, 1, 2, 3, right? But for you, your weakness is that sometimes you're impatient with this transformation, like you want to transform immediately. Like you find out something that you want to become, and then you want to become that thing tomorrow. Yet there are steps to becoming that person. For example, if you want to become a teacher, right? Say today you say, okay, I want to become a teacher. Tomorrow you can't be a teacher, yeah? There's some courses you need to take, maybe degrees that you need to take, right? Lessons you need to take. But for you, what challenges you is that you want that instant gratification. You want results immediately. You start transforming yourself, but then you don't have that patience to wait for divine timing, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about divine timing, okay? So you don't have that patience to wait for divine timing. You want that transformation immediately, impatience. Yet nature grows, nature seasons, right? There's winter, summer, autumn, spring, yeah? But what challenges you is you have a hard time following those seasons of nature, and that's why I'm seeing a lot of nature cards here, and that's why your cards are paired with the Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords in reverse, because the Four of Swords in reverse is you've done some work and now you're resting. But for you, when it's paired here with the Eight of Wands, you don't want to rest, you want to accomplish everything at once, yeah? Because the card of the Eight of Wands is usually someone who wants to do so many things at once, or communication coming in so quickly at once, yeah? That can be a bit overwhelming, trying to learn everything at once. So yeah, that's your weakness, that you don't have patience with your growth, with your own growth. For some reason, I'm getting that this is nothing to do with other people. You're very patient with other people, and you're someone who always tells people, take your time, don't rush yourself. There's a process to everything. But when it comes to yourself, you're impatient. So the other thing I'm getting here, some of you are, and this might not be a weakness or a strength, it's just that a general personality, you're perfectionists. So, and that's why you want things to happen immediately. You think about things immediately, you manifest something, you want to make it a reality then and now, right? But sometimes that can be a bit overwhelming for you, and that's your weakness. So, recap. Your strengths, you're all about transformation. And the number 3 here is all about the master builder, right? So you're all about transformation, and you don't let your fears take you over. They can take you over for like maybe a few days, a week, but not for too long. You always find a way to get yourself out of that confusion and illusion. But the other thing here is sometimes you want to learn something immediately, instant gratification. That transformation, you want it to be instant, instead of taking time and waiting for the seasons of nature to take its course, okay? So that's what challenges you a bit. So If this sounds like you, I know I've gone on a tangent, but if this sounds like you, then the messages that come through in the main reading are for you, okay? So see you over in the next reading. Yeah, see you over in the next reading. Okay, so if you've gotten to this stage of the reading, then it means the energy check resonated with you. Yay! So I'm glad that you stopped by. So let's begin. Let's start with the theme of this reading. Let's ask Spirit, what is the theme of this reading? What do we need to know right now? Oh my God! I saw this just before I started this reading, and this is what has come up. Bloodstone. Get up, get moving. So for some of you, you're being called to take action. Where have you been procrastinating? Whatever it is that you're procrastinating, the messages that are going to come through from your soul in this reading will resonate with action. Okay? Bloodstone, such a beautiful stone. Yeah? So cute. Okay. Right. So that's the theme. Taking action. Get up, get moving. For some of you, it could also mean start dancing. Because maybe you've been sitting for too long behind a desk and not doing anything. Just do something that will make you active, physically active. Okay? That's the other message. Either way, just get moving, get up, action, stop procrastinating. Now is the time to go forward with a goal. If you've been putting a goal behind, if you've been stalling on starting a goal, why did I say behind? Anyway, yeah, so if you've been stalling, if you've been procrastinating, your soul is telling you it's time to get up, kiddo, and get moving. Okay, let me stop ranting about that. It's just that I love this crystal. It's so cute. Okay, so let's get messages from your soul on what do you need to know right now. Spirit, what do we need to know right now? What do we need to know right now? What messages are coming through from our soul? Guys, I just learned how to shuffle with my left hand, so I'm so excited. Okay, this one wants to come up. Queen of Cups. Upright. And then let's get more clarifiers. Page of Pentacles in reverse. What I just said about procrastination. Interesting. Okay. And let's get now, what practical action do you need to take? So in this reading, we're looking at what messages you need to hear from your soul, as well as what actions your soul wants you to take this week, or probably for the next few days. That one wants to come up. So what action? 3 of Swords. Okay. Let's get a clarifier for that. 8 of Swords in reverse. Interesting cards. Okay, put that away. Let me just take in the energies and then we shall begin the reading. Can you see everything? Is it in the frame? Guys, I'm a perfectionist. I normally like everything being seen in the frame. So yeah. And also arranging and touching the cards for some reason helps with channeling. So if you see many tarot readers touching the cards, it's a habit. It sort of helps with tuning into our intuition. Anyway, so what do you need to hear right now? Queen of Cups upright and 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Right, okay, so I got it. With this Queen of Cups, because she looks like she's tapping into into her intuition, right? To make something happen. It's like she's casting a spell, an intention into the cosmos. And the message coming through is, for some of you, there's a creative project, because cups in tarot represent creativity. There's a creative project you've been feeling really, really, really called to start, or maybe you had stopped and now you have this voice in your head saying, no, now it's time to embark on that journey, start that creative project again, restart it, recharge it. So there's something inside of you that's just screaming, I want to start something, I want to do it. But you've been sort of holding yourself back. See, that's why she's even like, you know, putting her hands up, like, pause. I'm not yet ready, her hands, yeah? So you've been sort of holding back from embarking on that creative project that you feel so called, and you, for the life of you cannot understand why you feel so drawn to it. Because for some of you, the reason you've been holding back from kickstarting that project is your work responsibilities, like maybe career, other career. Because I feel like this is a hobby, a passion. So it's not a work like, you know, like 8 to 5 or whatever it is. It's a hobby, a passion of yours. But what's been holding you back from embarking on that passion, hobby, is you feel like the responsibilities of the world are weighing you down. Like you feel like there's so much to do. Maybe some of you are studying, like maybe some of you are students taking a course, and there's some like exams coming up, and or deadlines, assignments that you need to hand in, or work assignments that you need to hand in, and you just feel so spread out. Like you feel like, I don't have enough time to work on my project as well as work on my assignments. Like you're trying to figure out how to not burn the candle, right? You're trying to figure out how to work on your creative project and fulfill your work or school commitments or just daily life duties, but at the same time not feel so exhausted. Because when this candle burns out, it means you're exhausted, you're overburdened, right? Burning the midnight oil. You don't want it to get to that point where you are spreading yourself too thin. And that's why you've been sort of holding back from embarking on that creative project, yeah? And that's why I was feeling procrastination at the beginning. Interesting. And this sort of ties in with the energy check that we got in your reading, where I said one of your strengths is you're constantly growing yourself, yeah? You're constantly trying to better yourself or transform your creative projects. You're constantly seeking for knowledge that will make you better or the people around you better. And that's what's calling you. For some reason, that creative project that you're thinking about is something that will really transform you as well as transform the people around you. Because the Queen of Cups is very nurturing, right? And some of you, it has to do with maybe you've become spiritually awakened, like you've sort of found out what your soul purpose, what you're spiritually aligned with in this lifetime. Some form of spiritual awakening. So I'm feeling these sparks over here, like an aha moment, like this is what my soul reincarnated here to do. But life's works assignments, daily duties are just holding you back and making you feel sort of guilty on embarking on this purpose that you feel like your soul is really calling you to do. Yeah, transformation. But again, going back to the energy reading, like I said, your weakness is that sometimes you want things to transform immediately. So another message coming through is some of you have been also holding back from embarking on this journey that your soul is calling you to take, this project, this creative project, because you sort of feel like it's taking too long. The moon, like the moon phases, remember I talked about nature, and nature takes its course. There's seasons, right? And the moon is the ultimate guide for all the seasons, right? Emotions, how your emotions change from the new moon to the full moon, right? Stages, transformation. Even the moon undergoes transformation in stages. The moon doesn't move from new moon to full moon in one day. But for some of you, you've been holding back and feeling a little bit frustrated, like like the way someone throws up your hands, like this freaking project, this intention that I'm trying to bring into this world is just not manifesting as fast as it should. So your weakness for instant gratification is preventing you from even trying to start that project or pushing forward with it. So that's the soul messages coming through. For some of you, the first message, you've been holding back from pursuing a certain project because there's some assignments, work life, mundane life things that you need to take care of, and you're feeling guilty that if you embark on this project, then you might slack and maybe miss some important deadlines, and you're just trying to figure the hell out how you can balance these two things because you really feel called to do it. So for now you're like just gonna maybe pause for some time and figure it out. And then the other message coming through is, for some of you, you've intentionally held yourself back from embarking on that project because you probably started it and then stopped because you became impatient that you were not seeing the results you wanted. You wanted the transformation immediately, but because you didn't see the transformation immediately, you're not willing to wait. You're like, let go of this. So those are the spirit messages coming through. Right, so now let's see what your soul, in regard to what has come through here, what your soul, the action your soul wants you to take, so that you sort of stop feeling hopeless or overburdened, by this creative project. Find a balance on how you can start that project, because that's your soul calling. Whatever it is that you're feeling in your intuition, it's your calling, or it's one of your callings. So don't ignore that feeling. It's your thing. It's your life purpose. So let's see what your soul wants you to what advice your soul has for you in regard to taking action, so that you can balance your work life and your personal life, your hobbies, as well as know how to be more patient and wait for nature to take its course, and just enjoying the process of creation, enjoying the process of creating that project rather than wanting instant gratification. And you got the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords in reverse. So okay, so I got the message. For the people who are sort of feeling hopeless that this project, I'm going to abort it because it's not working out the way I want it to, it's not giving me the instant results that I want, it's not transforming at the pace I want it to transform, the message coming through is stop trying to Okay. Yeah, so the message coming through is stop worrying about the delays, because sometimes the Three of Swords can represent heartbreak because you're feeling separated from something you really, really love to do. Okay, let me see. I'm getting so many messages here. Let me just gather myself. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, I got it. You're not stuck. The reason that you're... Sorry for that. The guy's banging doors around me. Anyway, so the reason that your project... Stop focusing on why your project is not going forward the way you want it to, okay? There are things happening in the background that you can't see. There's some things... There's so much happening in the background. Even here, what you're focusing on is just the immediate problems in front of you, like you're feeling so stuck, like this project is not going on. You have a narrow view of your project, of your idea. You need to look beyond the immediate outcome and see the bigger picture, okay? See the bigger picture. Whatever challenges you're going through right now in regard to this project are pushing you to open up your heart, even when you're rejected by spirit. Okay, spirit can never reject you, but what I mean is, if things don't seem to go your way, it doesn't mean that you failed, or it doesn't mean you failed. Just keep going, okay? It'll mend. Things will fix themselves along the way. Like, for example, when you're heartbroken, right? At that moment when you're heartbroken, you feel like the world is over and I can't live anymore, yeah? But then the heart is such a powerful organ. It's the most powerful organ. It can heal itself over time, right? So the message here is, just because it's not taking off, that project is not taking off the way you wanted it to, it doesn't mean that later on it won't. Just stick with it, okay? Hold on, even if it's painful, just stick with it for now. There's so many things happening in the background that you can't see because you're so focused on who's in the mirror, instead of looking at the bigger picture. And that's why this was in reverse. So look at the bigger picture. Are you seeing this girl in reverse? She's looking up, yeah? Interesting. Yeah, she's looking up, meaning she's no longer looking at the mirror in front of her. She's looking up, looking at the bigger picture, trusting that things will resolve themselves. But when you look at it like this in the upright position, it looks like she's looking at the mirror, right? But this card came in reverse, meaning your soul wants you to look at the bigger picture. Stop focusing on what's not going on okay at this moment, and just trust that things will pick up, okay? Transformation takes time. Even the heart takes time to heal. So that whole instant gratification again is coming up here. Give yourself time for your projects to grow the way they need to. You can't quicken the process of transformation or healing, okay? So look at the bigger picture. Just keep doing what you're doing. And that's why this card was here. Get up and get moving. Take action. Stop holding back. Stop letting your fears, your illusions, the Eight of Swords, that things are not going the way they should be going, to hold you back. Just start, and spirit will work its magic along the way, okay? Just begin. Just do it. Embark on that journey. I can't help but notice bloodstone, red. Get up and get moving. Charge up your root chakra. So for some of you, you need to activate your root chakra and your heart chakra, okay? So maybe listen to some binaural beats that will help you to cleanse and unblock your root and your heart chakra. Okay, so wait, that was a very long channeled message for that group. Let me see if I pick up for the other group that was feeling like they feel so stretched out, like there's too many things going on and they don't know how to handle both projects at the same time, their work life and their personal life. The message coming through is look beyond your limitations. Okay, so the message I'm getting here is very unorthodox, but it's your soul wants you to know and take action, and just is telling you, just do that project. Follow your heart, okay? Listen to your heart. Does your heart want you to do that project? Do it. Follow your heart first, because if you don't follow your heart, if you don't listen to your heart, even if you go and embark on those work duties and life duties, you'll feel so unfulfilled, okay? You'll feel so unfulfilled. You'll feel like there's a part of you that's missing, yeah? You'll be looking at the mirror and you're like, what I'm doing is so meaningless. Even if I'm getting paid so much money, but it's all meaningless if I'm not embarking on this creative project with the Queen of Cups here, yeah? So your soul is saying, for now, you may just need to just do it. Just, even if it means doing it for 15 minutes, just do something, okay? Get up and get moving. Do something, even if it's for 15 minutes, and then you go and do your assignments, you go and do your work, okay? Dedicate some time each day to do something about this project. Otherwise, you'll feel so unfulfilled in your work life if you don't focus on, if you don't put a lot of energy in this creative project, because that's your soul calling. The reason you're feeling so called to it, it's because it's your soul's purpose here on earth. And yes, we all have work duties that we need to do because we need to earn a living, but your soul is saying, just dedicate, even if it's 15 minutes, even if it means waking up 15 minutes earlier so that you can spend more time doing what you love, and then you can go to work, yeah, and focus on the mundane tasks and the daily adult life. Then do that if it means waking up earlier, okay? If you don't take time to nurture this calling, this creative project that's really pulling you, you're going to feel so lost, okay? And anxiety with this Three of Swords. And we don't want you anxious, right? Because if you're anxious, then even that work life that you really want to make sure you fulfill your deadlines, you'll not be able to do it at 100% yourself, right? But if you focus on this project, give it, even if it's 15 minutes, then your other projects, your life will flow more smoothly, because your soul comes first. Your soul's mission comes first, okay? Everything else is a branch, okay? Like the branches here is a branch from your soul, okay? So if you focus on this, then you'll find your work life will even be more pleasant and all that. So that's the message, that's the action that you need to take this week. Just both groups that I've discussed, you need to spend some time doing what you love. Focus on that project that's calling you. Stop procrastinating. Stop putting it aside because you feel guilty. Stop putting aside because you feel hopeless that it's not going the way it should be. Spend some time doing it, even if it's 15 minutes, okay? Or maybe 8 minutes, because I'm seeing here 8 and 8, and they're both in reverse. Burn that midnight candle if you want, if you must, okay? With the 8 of Pentacles here, your efforts will pay off, right? Okay, so let's get some final guidance from Spirit on what they just want to say about the messages that have come through here. So guys, Just do it. Get some time. 15 minutes. I don't know why I keep saying 15 minutes. That's like the magic word. But yeah, the least you can take is 8 minutes, because 8, 8. Anyway, okay. Spirit, final guidance for these guys. Surrender your fear of intimacy. Interesting. You're ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And we have the heart here, right? So, the message I'm getting here is what I thought just before I did this reading, but I was like, how is that related? So the message coming through is, for some of you, if you're single, the reason you're feeling so called to this project is because this project is leading you to your soulmate. Okay? It's guiding you to your soulmate. It's opening your heart. The moment your heart is open, then that's when your soulmate can come in, right? A closed heart cannot love. So this project is allowing you to open up your heart. Remember I said for some of you, you need to work on your heart chakra and your root chakra. And the root chakra is all about manifesting something into the tangible, into the physical world, right? Everything that comes from the cosmos has to come and become solid through the root chakra. Okay? So yes, for some of you, the single people, the reason you're feeling so drawn to this creative project is it's going to open your heart to let in your soulmate come in. Okay? Interesting. And for other people, if you're not single, the message coming through is there's some resentments that are still lurking inside of you that you cannot see. You cannot see that, like in the cracks, okay? You cannot see those resentments. And the way your spirit guides and your soul is helping you to maybe, because sometimes as much as we try to fix ourselves, they're just those things inside of us that, oh my God, are beyond our control, and we just need help from spirit to release them, because maybe they're karmic patterns from past lives, or they're ancestral patterns that we've absorbed from generational lines. Yeah, like just there's some karmic emotional wounds that no matter how hard we try to fix ourselves and ascend, we just can't figure them out. And spirit, the only way we can work them through is if spirit helps us. And that's what this message is saying, that there's some emotional resentments you still have in your heart, and the way you naturally release these resentments is by embarking on this creative project. Creativity, yeah, it'll move when you embark on what you love. Then naturally you heal yourself, okay, because you're working with your soul's blueprint, and your blueprint is created in a sense so that you can heal. So this project is helping you to break free from some emotional heartbreaks that are still lacking in your unconscious mind, probably from past life wounding, yeah. And this creative project will help you release that. And if you do that, then your relationships will even be more intimate, yeah. You'll be more loving, you'll be happier. So yeah, spirit is saying, embark on this project, get up and get moving, take action. If you do that, you'll be able to surrender resentments. And for the people who are single, when you surrender those resentments, you'll be bringing in your soulmate into your physical world. Wow, what a beautiful message. Okay, so thank you so much guys for stopping by. See you in my next reading. Bye.